point that Roman Reigns absolutely sucks. And he sucks because beyond all that passive-aggressive false confidence, Roman Reigns is just a scared little kid. No, for real. So Roman Reigns accepts Finn Balor's challenge, right? And Roman Reigns rejects me. Rejected in front of the world. You were there. It was ugly.
Yeah, we get it. You want Roman Reigns, Cena. Let's talk about that. Man, you gotta love Mondays. I know the saying, I hate Mondays, but I'm gonna tell you something. We got Monday Night Raw tonight. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been getting into WWE ever since I got up here because my grandparents watch it. And holy cow, the drama with Roman Reigns. And the return of John Cena. Holy cow. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media coming at you live on a Monday afternoon, 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Close my door a little bit. Hope everyone's doing good. Doesn't look like anyone's watching quite yet, but feel free to hop in. We're just going to hang out. I want to talk some NFL as we get training camp this week. And here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we'll have the preseason starting up. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure, is it a week from this Thursday? Or actually, it might be this Thursday, actually, is the Hall of Fame game. August 5th, 8 Eastern. Yes. This week, this Thursday, folks, is the start of football. I know that in this community and everything, I know we're college football fans, and we don't really talk much NFL. But it's just great to have football in general back. And I love the NFL. I don't really hate it that much. I know, politics and everything. I know people, players have disrespected and knelt for the national anthem. And believe me, that pisses me off just as much as the next man. But I don't want it to fully, affect me watching football. So I put it to the side. I don't watch it until it's kickoff. So Joseph Sandberg, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Funny enough, Jacob Eason should get a shot in Indy. I don't know if you're trolling or not. I did hear something actually earlier today about the whole deal with the Colts. Believe it or not, I think they got Carson Wentz. They drafted Sam Ehlinger, by the way, and they got Jacob Eason. So it starts with Carson Wentz, who, by the way, just this afternoon is having foot surgery. He is out 5 to 12 weeks. And again, that practically takes up all of the preseason. And now that I think about it, 5 weeks would be a month and a week. We'd be the second week into September. It actually, if he's going to be out 5 to 12 weeks, he most likely will miss a few of the first few games of the season. So where does that leave the Colts? Jacob Eason seems like the next man up. He was a 5-star recruit. Georgia had him. I don't remember the exact situation when it was Fromm over Eason. And which Jake Fromm had a hell of a freshman year. He did. He looked great. He looked like he was the guy. Jacob Eason transferred out to Washington, put up good numbers there. He was a 5-star recruit and a talented quarterback at Georgia. But I don't know really. Is Jacob Eason ready for the NFL? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Hold on one second. I am a little bit unprepared. So people know what we're talking about. We're talking preseason. We're talking NFL training camp. I'll drop the link soon, and we'll get you guys on, and we'll hang out and talk whatever the hell we want to going forward in the show. But we want to start here, training camp. I love it, right? I'm excited for the Bucks. I'm excited for really every team. Some teams that intrigue me too, 2021, you're going to have these second-year quarterbacks, right? And I think that is always the best moment. Forget about Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Forget about Andy Dalton versus Justin Fields for the Bears, which, let's be honest, yeah, you could sit there and say Fields should start right away for the Bears' talent. I agree. That ain't really how it goes, though. It's not. I'm sorry. There is always controversy. He could start right away. But I feel like it might start out to be Andy Dalton, but I could see Fields taking over for the Bears. We get back to training camp and everything. I'm excited. This year intrigues me. We have second-year quarterbacks. Joe Burrow has high expectations. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins have playoff expectations. They got the Bills in the way. But they're expected to have a great season. They're expected to make a push. Could they make a wild card? I think anything short of like a wild card appearance this year might be a letdown for the Dolphins, honestly. Even if they have like a double-digit win season, they have the talent. They just brought in Jalen Waddle. They worked on the offensive line a bit, and it's not like Miami didn't have talent when they were tanking for Tua. I mean, they got rid of some players, but I mean, they have the talent there. Seriously. And when I look at it, the Bills are in the way. The Jets are down. They got their guy in Zach Wilson, at least we think they did. The Patriots, Bill Belichick's, we talk quarterback situations. I was listening to First Take this morning. I was listening to what they had to say, and they were going on. It might have been Get Up, but either way, I'm watching the morning sports shows on ESPN this morning, and they're talking about Bill Belichick at his press conferences. He's always just like, he's not very open. He'll answer the question. He doesn't give much detail. He doesn't, there's controversy. And I would agree with this. Cam Newton is talented. I'm an Alabama fan. I don't really like Cam Newton. I don't. What he did in 2010 to us pissed me off so much. But he's talented. I'm getting off track. Cam Newton deserves a shot in the NFL again. He was great with the Panthers. He had a decline. He got hurt a little bit, right? And maybe you blame coaching because obviously Ron Rivera got fired and he had a downfall. And it just didn't seem like it was working out for him in Carolina. I don't know what you blame for Cam Newton's decline and downfall other than maybe some injury here or there in Carolina, but he's with New England now. And he showed out last year. And I think he's going to show out this year. I do not think, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, and this might shock some people, but I really don't think Mac Jones needs to start week 1. Not right away over Cam Newton. I think every guy, even Trevor Lawrence has to, you can sit there and say, that he has nothing to prove, but obviously that's just us going ahead and saying, look, we know what he's capable of doing and he's going to do it. You still have to earn your job. You still got to go out there as Trevor Lawrence and say, hey, this is why I'm better than Gardner Minshew. Even though you already know, let me just go ahead and show you here in the offseason practice and drills and training camp. Let me just go ahead and show you real quick. And he'll do that. Now we have controversies. Should Justin Fields start for the Bears? At some point, yes. Right away? I know he's talented. Believe me. But do you give Andy Dalton a chance? You go back to the Patriots. I don't think Max should start right away. I think Cam Newton proved something last year with the Patriots. wasn't all that great at times, but he proved that he could lead a team a little bit. If he can get clicking with the offense, he can work with what Bill Belichick is working with and wants him to work with. And even Bill Belichick said this morning, Cam Newton is our guy. He said that on Get Up. Well, not on Get Up, but his press conference that they were showing on Get Up. He said, Cam's our guy. We're not backing down from Cam Newton. He is our guy. This is who we're sticking with to start week 1. Cam could start all season long for all we know. I honestly think, obviously, if he's not doing well, if it's not to the standard that you want, you keep working with him. But if it turns out, I don't want to say bust, because when you say a guy is a bust player, that's like overall he just is not fit for the NFL. He's not cut out for it. When you say that. Now, I think Cam Newton should start right away for New England. He should start right away, week 1, right off the bat, and throughout preseason. He should start week 1, week 2, or whatever. And I'm not saying what they needed. If it's working with Cam, you stick with Cam Newton. If it's not, or heck, even if Cam Newton is doing great, but maybe you see, like you put Mac Jones out there, which I think is kind of what I don't know. I almost made a video about it this morning, but I don't think I did. But I had a lot going through my head just thinking about it. Like, if Cam Newton for New England is the guy for Bill Belichick, right? He's our guy. We just lost Tom Brady. He's in Tampa Bay. He was with us for 20 years. Best 2 decades the franchise has ever had. Now we don't know where to go. Let's pick up Cam Newton. Okay, Cam Newton's not bad. Had some decline in Carolina, but Bill Belichick can work with him. All right, we're going to get Cam Newton on the squad. They get Cam Newton. I think he should start right away. Obviously, right off the bat. He proved something last year, that he can still play in the NFL. He can be healthy. That he can lead Patriots offense. Bill Belichick is working with this man. He's working with him. And, he's just, Cam Newton's right there. He can do it. But, I think Mac Jones has just that work ethic. And it seems like he's doing great this offseason. Don't be surprised, right? First off, don't be surprised what happens with the Patriots. Other than this, the only thing that would surprise me is if Mac Jones starts right away. But if it's Cam Newton all season long, and it's clicking like that, and he does lead them to the playoffs, doesn't surprise me. If there's a QB switch halfway through the season, that wouldn't surprise me, because we see that happen. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. My man Trenches, what's up, buddy? What's up, Celine? What's up, Nate the Great? In here, Joseph Sandberg. JW, what's up? LW, I'm sorry. What's going on, guys? Love y'all. Appreciate you guys showing up. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you expect for the Patriots? Obviously, we know about my team. The Bucs are sick of Tom Brady. You don't bench Tom Brady, right? He's literally, and we know about Trevor Lawrence is starting right away. Fields he's not start right away, but he's talented enough he could earn it like that. Because, there's controversy over there with Andy Dalton, who they picked up from the Cowboys, who was a longtime Bengal for a few years. What are some other things? I guess it's Big Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh, which, by the way, Pittsburgh, it looks like Najee is having one heck of an offseason, man. I can't wait to watch this guy. I can't wait. Everyone has to earn their job. Tom Brady has to earn his job. And I say that lightly. I don't say that to, be like, oh, he has to prove anything. But it's one of those, like, he's going to earn that job. That's all I'll say. What's up, Celine?
How bored am I? I am so bored that I will come into a
Hey, let's change the subject. What do you think about your Gators this year?
I am so bored I will come into a stream talking about pro football and the miserable diva bitches that play in it. As for my Gators, I've already said since January 2nd, they're going 9-3, so I don't know what needs to be said beyond that.
Yeah.
9-3. They might pick up a win against LSU if LSU is as distracted as some people think they might be.
Right.
But I think 9-3 is more realistic. I'm sorry, I can't go with Lou at 8-4 because I don't think Mizzou shows me anything.
Yeah, same here, Celine. I don't trust Mizzou, and I don't think they're as good a team I thought they were last year. Well, I'll take it back. They were not good.
But everyone is 0-0 right now. Everyone is a potential national champion. Everyone has something to prove. So,
hey, I said it.
Maybe Mizzou is the sleeping giant in the SEC East. Maybe you don't know, but I don't trust Mizzou. Gotta show it to me.
I said this last week, and I've said it actually quite a few times, that, I mean, nobody really expected LSU in 2019 to do what they did. We expected them to maybe take a step forward, have a good year, but that kind of team and that kind of jump to go 15-0 after never making the playoffs, not winning the West in however many years, not like out of nowhere, LSU showed up. And that, to me, kind of, and I'm not, this doesn't happen every year. It's not going to happen every year, but once in a blue moon, and you never know when it's going to happen. Any given year, any given Saturday, a team could pull away and surprise you and make a good run. So, I mean, look, we can talk in the offseason all we want to about this team's a lock for this division or that division, or this team's going to beat this team. There's no way this could happen. But you never know till the games are played. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, let me ask you a question, Mr. Ballard.
All right, Celine.
Alabama has to replace a ton of stuff too. Yep. I mean, Alabama has to replace their quarterback. Alabama has to replace a good chunk of their offense. Where's Alabama go? Alabama's as unproven as Florida is right now.
Yep. I haven't really been hyping up Bama this much. I mean, I love the defense, but our offense, we're not going to be near what we were last year.
Defense.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't win a title this year. If we don't win
defense, the title, what is this word defense? I don't understand. You'll have to translate.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a Florida man. You don't understand this stuff. Let me educate you. Trenches, you want to talk?
Well, Georgia's sitting there laughing at everyone in the SEC East because they have an easy path.
For now. Until they change the divisions.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I swear to God, talking about that expansion stuff and everything, just one thing. Obviously, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. I'm not happy, but whatever. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't call them pods. Stop it.
I hope not either.
I won the Eastern Pod. Oh, fuck me.
That sounds wrong.
Who the hell says pod? Who said that?
Everyone's saying pod. You're going to have 4 little pods. We have 4 little pods. 4 teams in 4.
What's the hate on the pods? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
And what's the hate on the pods? That's what I don't understand.
I hate on the word pod.
I don't know what y'all are talking
about. Oh, you just hate the word pods, but do you like the idea of 4 separate little divisions inside the SEC?
No.
I think I still think they keep the two divisions. I mean, just what are we, 7 teams per division? Just make it 8. Maybe you might have to shift one team. All right, you put Texas and Oklahoma in the West. That's 9. So shift one of those teams from West to East. I don't know who's a good fit.
Or the divisions as they are. You put Texas in one, Oklahoma in the other, and tell them to suck it up.
Well,
I ain't
that's
gonna lie,
not
man. I
really
kind of like the 4 different.
geographically.
Maybe I'm just odd, but I like the 4 different divisions. I think it's look. You're gonna bring in new teams. You're dissolving conferences. You're bringing in a 12-team playoff. Might as well change it to 4 pods, or not pods. Sorry, Celine. 4 different divisions inside the SEC, and go from there.
Yeah.
I guess four divisions, 4 teams each is fine, but I like the 2 East versus West thing. But
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the mock-up if they did do the 4 different divisions on what the SEC would look like?
Yeah,
the
I've
SEC
seen
South is
doesn't look
loaded.
terrible.
Yeah.
SEC
so what would they do?
South, which is what, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina.
Nope. No, they had the SEC South was Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. SEC East was Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Vandy, I think.
Oh, come on. That's a
yeah.
romp.
I mean, they loaded the South up
in that division.
Dang.
Well, you know what? I mean, maybe if that happens, then I guess Tennessee has a chance to win a division for once.
That's true. And if it happens on a 12-team playoffs, I mean, you can pretty much guarantee 2 teams from the SEC South are going to the playoffs.
Oh, baby. BVD.
I'm not sure the Georgia fans or the Alabama or the Georgia or Florida fans want to be in the same division with Alabama.
No,
I heard other people say the same thing, but at the same time, it's the SEC. You're playing the hardest division already. And if you can't beat Alabama, you shouldn't deserve to be there in the first place.
Georgia.
Well, we beat Alabama before. I mean, it's been a decade plus, but we beat now. Alabama's beatable. I mean, it's possible.
Of course they are. That's been proven year after year, outside of last year.
What did Michael do?
I don't know.
Oh, he was saying stupid. Sound. He was saying like there's no sound. The audio's fine.
There's sound.
Put his hearing aids in.
Whatever. I don't know. They're gonna have to figure out a way to make these 4 divisions work. I guess. They'll talk about it for a while. They'll work it out. I guess. I mean, it's above our pay grades here, boys and girls. So
this is what I was afraid of. You say 4 divisions. If you look at the NFL, each conference has 4 divisions, and I said this last week. I do not want, as far as playoff expansion, as far as conferences, I don't want college football turning into the NFL. Each of those are unique, and we need to look. The conferences are fine how they are. This whole conference realignment thing, we've talked about it. Like I wonder if we put this team over here. But now what's happened is now that Texas and Oklahoma went out of the Big 12, that means we got to rearrange everybody. And not only that, we got to change up how it's sorted, who's where, what division. I mean, it's chaotic. Texas and Oklahoma did this crap, and I'm going to get them back for it.
Texas and Oklahoma are in for a huge wake-up call.
You know what? I mean, I'm looking at Eastern Division, Western Division as they're laid out right now.
Okay.
And obviously, Texas and Oklahoma are Western, geographically Western. I'm trying to look at who in the West could move to the East and make it make sense.
Well,
it's either Alabama or Auburn. Really,
it'd be Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah,
that's the only thing it could be.
I'd say.
I say Bama.
I'd say move Auburn.
I respect that. Honestly, I don't. If they have to move around divisions, and as long as you keep Florida and Georgia at least in the same division, and then same with Alabama and Auburn. Because I saw something the other day on conference realignment, and they only moved Alabama out of the West, and they kept Auburn in the in the West. Like as long as Alabama and Auburn are in, if they both move to the East, it's not going to bother me. They're still in the SEC. They're still division rivals, just like they are in state and everything. I mean, it's just they're in the other division. I really don't care. So,
couldn't we just
it's going to be funny.
What?
It's when Alabama and Auburn have to move to the East. You're going to have Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Georgia. I want to hear one person now say, "Oh, the West is better than the East." That's going to be the funniest shit in the world to me.
Couldn't we just kick Vanderbilt? Couldn't we just kick Vanderbilt and somebody else out?
No. See, people tend to forget we need Vanderbilt. We need Vanderbilt. We need Mississippi State. For
What the hell do we need Vanderbilt for?
Because if we didn't have Vanderbilt, we wouldn't have any baseball national championship. If we didn't have Mississippi State and LSU, we would be contenders for baseball. Same as basketball. We need teams like Kentucky for basketball.
Yeah, but they suck at football.
Yeah, but they help us in the other sports that we suck at.
Florida's won a natty in baseball before. Come on, man.
I get that.
We don't need Vanderbilt. Not in football.
We've also won more basketball
that,
championships
you can't drop
than
a team
Vanderbilt.
from one sport in a conference. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can. Notre Dame claims the ACC and basketball.
Notre Dame's a real school, Ballard. You should know that by now.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll shut up. That's fair, Trenches.
But you got to look at every sport. Vandy and Kentucky pull their weight in other sports for us.
Yeah,
It's true.
they might not be good in football. In other sports, they are like baseball, for Vandy, and Kentucky for basketball. There you go.
Yeah.
I just don't like the subdividing this conference up into 4 divisions and then potentially losing or watering down some of the rivalries. It doesn't set right with me. But, that's just one man's opinion.
Right.
The minute I voice it on some of the bigger channels,
everything
I'm
else
going to get
gets listed, might as well at this
so
point.
whatever.
What? What'd you say, Trenches?
So the only reason I said I was for it is because everything else is getting switched, so you might as well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Nothing makes sense.
I guess as long as we keep the cocktail party, I'll be happy about that.
Oh, that cocktail party ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. No.
You going to it this year, Celine?
No. I even when I was up at UF, I never really enjoyed going to Jacksonville very much. I don't really like Jacksonville. It's not really a great city to hang out in.
Is it like a hood?
In my
or what?
opinion.
It's trash, Nate. I'm 30 minutes from the stadium. It's trash.
And now that I'm further away, let's see. It's about 2.5 hours from where I live to Gainesville. It's another hour plus up to Jacksonville, and it's a shitty road that you have to take from Gainesville to Jacksonville. So it ain't worth my time.
If you're from Gainesville, I'm guessing, what do you take, 301 to 218?
When I was in Gainesville, I
used to live in
took
Newberry.
441.
Okay. Yeah, I used to live in Gainesville right off of Newberry.
Okay, yeah, I lived off of Archer.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I was right on the corner of Newberry and 34th Street.
Okay, I know where that is. I was a
right
little
across
further
from the
down
Publix.
Archer.
There used to be a Grandy's and everything.
Yeah, that's all gone now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I used to
My
be able to
kid
walk
is
to like
asking
8
what I wanna
seconds and
do
anywhere
for
else I
dinner.
wanted to go have fun at.
Gator Zone, I think that's a given, bud. Tampa is the best city in the state.
No, you crazy.
It's the most. It might be the most popular.
Go to St. Augustine.
Tampa's all right. I don't live too far from Tampa. It's all right.
Now we have the best NFL team.
No,
But-
In the state, yeah.
I mean, there's different.
in the state.
Oh God. No Orlando because of Disney World.
Well, looks like I'm having PDQ for dinner.
Nate, the problem with Orlando, man, is that's all it's got. It's Disney and Universal. It's just a huge tourist trap.
Well, it has the Orlando Magic, which is I don't care about NBA.
They're not too bad of a basketball
They
organization.
haven't been relevant since Shaq played there.
They
I
were
know,
hold on. They
saying
were a
that.
playoff team a couple years ago, weren't they?
Yeah,
They win anything?
No. Good
There you
point.
go.
at least they made the playoffs, but I'm not saying.
It doesn't matter if you don't win.
What is K Dog talking about? I'm not a real fan because I don't go to game. Shut up, man.
What's up, Squid?
I'd
Reminder
time his
that
ass out if he wasn't a mod.
Reminder that Todd Grantham is still at Florida. LMAO said Squidtard.
Yes, we know Todd Grantham is still at Florida, and that makes watching the
What
Gators
would you get?
hard.
Seriously, what would you give to fire him right now?
A kidney.
Wow. To get rid of a defensive coordinator.
To get rid of the worst defensive coordinator in the NCAA. Yes, I'll give up one of my
Would you
kidneys.
rather have Don Brown or Todd Grantham?
Oh,
Who?
Don Brown.
From Michigan.
I don't know who that is. So
He was a worst defensive coordinator in Big Ten.
oh well. No.
He is worse than Grantham, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. And someone asked me on another stream one time, would you trade Grantham for a Moose Dump? And I said, hell no.
Most of them.
Now, actually, Nate, I don't know if you missed this. Don Brown is the defensive coordinator for Arizona, actually, right now. He left Michigan.
Moving
I
on.
know. I was proud of that. He didn't do much.
Sounds like Don Brown's moving up in this world.
Ballard, would you do me a solid?
Yeah, what's up?
Unmod K Dog so I can time him out.
Why can't I just time him out?
All right. Well, no, because I want to time him out because
Okay,
he's saying
okay.
Grantham is Florida's next head coach.
Okay.
God.
I'll
Don't
do it
you
this
unmod
way.
He needs
Kevin.
to be timed out for
The
that.
fo- hey.
For that sacrilege.
Hey, make the Jew happy.
Leave him alone.
I think you
All
should
right,
go to
time
UF,
out.
destroy that Spurrier statue, and put up a Grantham statue.
Oh
Because
God.
between the trenches
You
and
can time Kevin out.
I can't time him out. He's on the streams. And
Kevin?
I mean, hey, you got somebody like Todd Grantham sitting right in front of something called the Swamp. It's kind of perfect.
jealous of all those Heisman Trophy people we got there, big boy.
There's only one I'm not jealous of, and that's Tebow.
Three is greater. Three is bigger than one.
Selena's soft. He can't take a joke.
Well, look at the. Oh, shut up, Kevin. Looks like I'm having PDQ for dinner tonight, according to my daughter.
What's
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I like PDQ.
I got
Yeah.
food poisoning at a PDQ.
I had food poisoning at a Crystal's once. Put me out for a week.
I don't think anybody's not had food poisoning from a Crystals.
Oh, it was horrible,
Oh,
man. I'm
dude.
telling you.
They
It
are-
hurt like a son of a bitch.
And you know what happens? You go to Crystals, you get the 24 pack of the mini burgers, don't you? You get the 24 Crystals.
No. The burgers are horrible. Nobody who steams a burger. That's
don't know.
obscene.
That's
That's
the
bad.
kind of burgers they sell for school lunches, and they just put them in a freezer and they
Ew,
microwave them. You know.
Well,
that's disgusting.
Ballard, Celine, Nate, I got to get back to work, guys. I just want to call and say what's
All
up.
right.
What's up,
Yeah,
dude?
man. See ya.
See ya.
Sky.
See you.
Yeah, get the Georgia
1980.
fan out of here.
Did you guys get the joke?
What?
I said the sky. When you say what's up.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, stinger.
Stinker.
Yeah.
I bet Dan Mullen steams his burgers. Says Squidtard.
Who is Squidtard's team again? I forgot.
Tennessee. He has
Oh.
no room to speak over here.
No, not really. No, I mean between Alabama and Florida, I think they won one game in the past in I
Like
think one of
5
my
years.
children's lifetimes.
Yeah.
Oh, give Kevin his mod back. Come on, I was just joking. Stop it.
Hey, what's PDQ?
I wouldn't time out K Dog.
Do you know
What do you
what
say, Nate?
Do you know what PTQ are or what is the PTQs? What are those? Or whatever it is.
PTQ. What's that?
Well, what did you say before when you were gonna eat?
PDQ. PDQ.
Oh.
It's a chain restaurant down here. They may not have it up in Michigan or wherever. No, you're not in Michigan. You're in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Never mind. They may not. It's a chain restaurant. They do they really do good chicken fingers.
Ooh.
I love chicken fingers. I really do. And they do pretty good chicken fingers.
That's cool.
They
have
just
good ranch?
sauce, and they do a lot of different sauces, but none of them are spicy enough.
Mm. Yeah, if you go to Louisiana, I think you'll get a lot of spicy foods. I mean,
I like spicy food.
yeah. Do you like B-dubs or somewhere else, like Wingstop? I don't know why.
Isn't Wingstop an offshoot of Pizza Hut or something?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I've never had their
I've
never had their wings yet.
Just warn you, they have like the tiniest wings ever. But like,
no, when I get wings, there's a local restaurant, right? There's 3 locations, but it's a locally owned restaurant around here called Joey D's, and their wings are pretty good sized, and but their sauce is really good. So I always get them from there.
oh,
Heard of that place.
Kevin asked me when's Michigan being the team down south.
This year.
Yeah.
Has to be. Ohio State's not going to be that good.
And I don't know why. Like everyone taking on Michigan because they can't be Ohio State. Whatever. If they can't be Ohio State, that's not their fault. It's the coach's fault, I would say. But
well, let me ask a question then. If the hell is that?
I don't know.
Sounds like a sonar echo of a whale or something. If Michigan doesn't beat overrated State University, is Harbaugh gone, or is his legend so great that he'll survive?
No, he's out. I think he should have been out actually, but
the athletic director at Michigan's up. Not gonna say the P word, but he's a P word. He doesn't want Jim Harbaugh to leave because he's the man. He thinks. Well, that sounds wrong.
Jeremy Pruitt was supposed to be the man for Tennessee. Guess what? Tennessee grew a pair.
I know.
Just saying.
He's just being a P. And he's not firing them anytime soon. That's what he thinks, and that's what he does. So I don't know. Looks like Michigan's gonna be the next Tennessee coming up. Sadly,
I don't know if I would not go that far. Harbaugh, I think, if he can't handle Ohio State with how bad they're going to be this year, he's gone. I'm not high on Ohio State. I don't think they're going to be great. I don't think they have a lot. They lost quite a few guys to the NFL. It has to be the year for Michigan. Team up in the East is all I'm saying.
Hey,
So,
Colby, PDQs are franchised, so I don't think Tebow owns the corporation, but he seems to own several locations. But I don't think he's the owner of PDQ. I think it's most likely a publicly traded company.
Hey, did you
This matters to anybody.
was who asked about Michigan's quarterback? Oh, LW. Okay, LW. I have an update for you. I think Michigan's gonna start Cade McNamara, which is one experience against Rutgers. That's it. I will start Alan Bowman, the transfer from Texas Tech, because he has a lot of experience than Cade McNamara. And he's kind of decent thrower, but he's not like a strong thrower. I'm talking about Alan Bowman, and he's more of a short passer, like a and he can throw a lot of yards if he wants to, if he feels like it. I would start him over McNamara because McNamara has experience just against Rutgers. That's all. And you had the true freshman J.J. McCarthy, the 5-star ING Academy from Florida.
yeah.
And I hope he gets some snaps. He's going to do something special, I think.
Your last year, just what has it meant for you?
So, yeah, I think Michigan is make or break this year for Harbaugh. So, and plus for Scott Frost.
Oh, dude, Scott Frost was way overhyped. I'm sorry. He has done nothing within the 2 or 3 years that he's been there. And people wanted to give him credit because he had undefeated seasons and beat Auburn or did whatever he did at UCF. They gave him credit. He goes to his alma mater, and he can't do anything. I'm not saying he's a bad. Like I've said this many times before. Certain coaches fit with certain, like, he fit at UCF. Is he cut out for the Big Ten? Is he cut out for the Power 5? I don't know.
To be honest,
so far it doesn't.
To be honest, I think Harbaugh did a better job than Scott Frost. To be honest.
Oh, that's without question.
Like he made a bowl game in the Big Ten. Scott Frost has not, only in the AAU, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he just, I don't know. And like people in Lincoln, Nebraska or Omaha, Nebraska, loves their Cornhuskers and the head coach. I don't know why. You still have faith in Scott Frost. That's how they are. They have faith in their home or alma mater coach, which is not doing nothing.
Trench. Celine's fixing to get pissed.
Nobody is creating any unique or new trolls about Florida. It's the same old shit. It's just said by different people. So
I'm pinning that.
You hear it once, you have your initial gut reaction of "oh fuck you," and after that, they just keep getting repeated over and over again, and you ignore it.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, so overall, people in Nebraska, they are so over. Well, not over, but they are so overhyped with Scott Frost. They need to cut it out because I know they're loyal and hardcore fans for Nebraska, which they are.
Scott Frost is in over his head in a high level, high profile Division I program.
Right.
At UCF, he had a pretty good stock to recruit from. You know, he basically picked up the scraps from UF and the Criminals, which was fine. And he did a good job, you know, considering he wasn't playing in a power division. He wasn't playing against a lot of powerful programs. And he got a surprise winner to a big splash, and he got a fake natty. Alabama knows all about those. No. And you know, he made a big splash on a small pond, and he transferred out when the money was good. And he landed in Nebraska, which is unfortunate for him because there's nothing in Nebraska. There's nothing going on in fucking Nebraska. Every day, Nebraska is dead. It's a dead state. And he's got a big spotlight on him, and he's folding up like a cheap tent.
I won't say Nebraska's a dead state, although most of it is, but you got Omaha, although people overlook Omaha, which is a flyover city, which is not. I'm trying to find my city, but it has a $100 zoo, the biggest zoo in America or the world, and you have a lot of attractions in Omaha. Not as many in Chicago or something like that, but I don't know why.
I'm sorry, we don't cuss here. Sorry about that.
Trying to clean it up for the sports.
No, Nebraska. No, I was just talking sports wise, Nate. I mean, there's no basketball. There's no pro franchise in Nebraska. Nebraska, in terms of pro sports, is it there's nothing there. So everything's focused on the University of Nebraska's football team. There's a big white hot statewide spotlight on the University of Nebraska.
Right.
And Scott Frost can't handle that kind of limelight. So he folds up like a cheap suit.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about like state-wise, like geography.
No. Nebraska has plenty to offer as a state. I mean, I'm not that dumb, but in terms of sports, there's nothing there, man. There's the University of Nebraska, and that's it. Yeah. So the entire hopes and dreams of the state of Nebraska are focused on that team. Right. And they have very, very high expectations, and Scott Frost can't live up to them.
Yeah.
So he needs to go back to the big fish in the small pond school, like UCF, like Memphis, like Houston, like University of South Florida, which my kid is home, and she's probably going to beat me up for that now. And so on. But in the big stage of Nebraska, where the expectations are very high because there's nothing else for them to look forward to, as a sports state.
I mean, you don't have University of Nebraska Omaha, which is a little school in Nebraska, but they have hockey though. But that's about it in Omaha.
They have hockey in Omaha?
Yeah, well, not pro sports, like college hockey, I meant.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. But
it's okay.
Scott Frost is not the man for Nebraska.
Yes, I know.
They need but he has ties to Nebraska, and that's what makes it really hard to get rid of him, because he's, you know, I mean, in terms of Nebraska as a player, he's a legend. And how do you kill a legend?
And same as Harbaugh.
Yeah, and how do you kill a legend? You really have to dig deep, and as George Carlin used to say, you had to wanna. Wanna is going to be the big thing that's going to get Frost out of Nebraska or Harbaugh out of Michigan. They got to want to do it, and nobody wants to be the guy or gal that says, "Hey, we know you're a legend here in the state, but you got to go."
Right.
You know, you're not cutting it, and Frost isn't cutting it in Nebraska, and Harbaugh isn't cutting it in Michigan. But that's a whole nother story. But
yeah, but at least Harbaugh wins games than Scott Frost, but that's positive for him.
Frost is in big trouble. Frost has got to start showing bowl games, and I'm not talking about the Poinsettia Bowl or the the Pinstripe Bowl. I mean, he has to start landing New Year's Six bowls. He has to start creating a team in Nebraska that other teams fear, like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And they are far away from that.
Yep.
I don't know where they're going to go when the Big 12 folds up, they're about to. I don't know where they're going to end up next.
Probably it depends. I don't know.
No, there's not going to be any more independent teams anymore.
Oh.
I mean, now the Big 12 is falling apart, now that everyone is pushing for 4 super conferences and that whole model, there's not going to be any more independences.
By the way, the super conference deal.
Oh.
I think Nebraska is going to have to end up in the Big 10 or whatever they're going to call it, because it's obviously going to be more than 10 teams, because they're closer to the Big 10 than they are to the ACC.
How about the Pacific Midwest Conference?
What's up, Sippy? You missed quite a bit. We've been talking about. I don't know. Scott Frost.
Yeah,
Scott Frost is in big trouble.
Yeah.
Big trouble.
Yeah, I kind of joke around his name, like Jack Frost. Although it has kind of had the same last name as Jack Frost, but it's like a fictional name. But I only screw around with that name because Scott Frost is like nothing. Yeah.
I feel bad for Scott Frost. I really do.
Yeah.
He went. I mean, he was at a school where there was, quite honestly, no real expectations, and he exceeded expectations wildly, and built a program. I don't think he built a program to last, unfortunately, but he built a program that succeeded beyond its expectations, and it made him look really, really good. And then he jumps into a situation where you have a program that's surrounded by big and, unfortunately at the time, unrealistic expectations, and he was supposed to turn it back into what it once was, and he can't do it. He can't do it.
You a couple years ago we had LSU win that title, and you got to give credit to Coach O. And I know we keep talking about,
was it Coach O or was it the offensive coordinator?
That's the thing, but I mean, he was asked about it, and this is all he had to say. That's all he had to say about it.
Nice hat, though.
What's up? What's up, buddy?
As a head coach, Orgeron is a really good offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Coach O is a very good offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Oh, he's produced a great offensive lineman.
Very good.
I would love for him to come to Florida and coach up our offensive line. I really would. But as a head coach, I don't know. I'm not. That guy Brady made him look really, really good for 1 year.
And Minger too.
Now he's gone.
two offensive coordinators that put Joe Burrow together. I still think Joe Burrow is systematic, and even though, he deserved a Heisman Trophy in a way. I mean, we kept talking about, was it Joe Burrow or was it a matter of coaching? I'm giving it all to the coaches. I think after just, I don't know, what I saw from Burrow last year with the Bengals wasn't bad, wasn't great. But
it was a rookie year, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the hype and everything, and you think that he doesn't have to be as good, but somewhat close to it. I really didn't see anything near what he did in 2019, honestly.
Well, it's a different environment.
And on top of that, a lot of people dismissed the talks of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. That
That's
dude was
true.
a freaking beast at LSU, and he didn't get any of the credit. I'll say it. He didn't get any of the credit behind Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, all the different wide receivers, even the linebacker. The defensive guys were getting more praise than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And y'all see what CEH is doing at the Chiefs, man. He's consistently a good, not great, but he's been good for the Chiefs since he's been in the NFL.
Do you think Edwards-Helaire could have a breakout year this year? Because I saw him last year in a couple games, and he looked like he was doing pretty well. Could he be the feature back this year?
If he stays healthy. The Chiefs have him, and I mean, you could say that about anybody, right? But the Chiefs have him as like the breakout player of this year, him and Noah Fant, the tight end. I don't think Noah Fant's going to have that big of a breakout season with Travis Kelce still on the squad. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire will have a breakout season. Yeah, I do. If he stays healthy, man. Other than that, I mean, what other Chiefs running back are we going to sit here and powwow against the Bucs this year, man? What are we going to do?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Y'all was talking about coaches. I'm really excited about the small school coaches this season. It seems like there's a lot of new faces. Will Hall for Southern Miss, obviously, but Kane Womack down at South Alabama, the Indiana defensive coordinator, that was really good for the Hoosiers last season. There's just a lot of new faces, especially in like the Conference USA Sun Belt coaching. Even Marshall that had Doc Holliday for years. They went ahead and, I mean, they didn't have a bad season. They went to the conference championship in the Conference USA and lost to UAB. But, I mean, Doc Holliday should not have lost his job. And I guess they were ready for someone to get them over the hump I don't know. But I just feel like college football, man, they're all looking for the young upcoming coach, and kind of like Doc Holliday, he got tossed out the window, man.
Look out for the Sun Belt Conference. I do think Butch Jones with Arkansas State could be interesting this season in a way. I don't really like Butch. I mean,
wait.
I don't think he was worth the hire, honestly. At Tennessee. Yeah, Lyle.
The Butch Jones.
Lyle. Yeah.
Butch Jones.
The one and only.
He got a job again?
He's with Arkansas State, yeah. Which honestly, I think he's one of those guys that if he's in the right place, he can do something. But he is not worth putting in a Power 5 program. So what do? You can have him coach a team like Arkansas State, and maybe he could at least do something with what they have. I'm going to keep my eye on them in the Sun Belt.
Can I ask y'all? And maybe y'all know this, maybe you don't. What does Alabama still have Pelini? The D coordinator, or did they get rid of him?
No, Bo Pelini was LSU's defensive coordinator.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Is he still there, or did they get rid of him?
As far as I know, I think he's still there.
Hey, can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah, what's up, Wilkie?
Oh, not too much. I was doing a test on this computer, making sure it was fixed here.
Yeah, Bo Pelini's still at LSU.
Okay. I don't know why I thought he had moved on. God, these LSU fans where I live, y'all, it's bad. It's bad.
He's out.
LSU is a very
Pelini's out of a job.
Excuse
He's
me.
not the coordinator this year. They fired him back in December.
Yeah.
They did fire him.
after
Okay,
the
I thought I
They
heard
did?
that
I
on the
thought he
radio.
was still there.
No,
I must have
I
read
heard
the
that
wrong
on the
article.
radio. I wonder where he's at.
December 21st. And as far as what I'm reading, he's out of a job. He's not anywhere right now.
LSU is a program in heavy disarray.
Yeah. I mean, they're
They
still
they,
proud
they
about
might be
20
very vulnerable.
I think you're right, man. I really do. And games like, and people laugh, but games like Mississippi State again, games like Arkansas, the rivalry. Look for games like that. I mean, people that hear this where I live in Ponchatoula, about 30 minutes from New Orleans, man, in Louisiana. And I mean, they don't care about Tulane. They don't care about Louisiana Tech. They don't care about Louisiana Lafayette when they were hot. I mean, you had some LSU fans in the stands wearing their T-shirt at the ULL games. I mean, come on. Even when Lafayette was doing so good. But what I'm saying is, it's a LSU country where I'm at, man. And when they're down like this, they I swear to God, they throw LSU to the side and let's talk about the Saints. And then when the Saints are doing bad, let's throw them to the side. And
I mean,
that's how they are where I live, man.
Let's talk about Duck Dynasty. No, sorry.
Exactly. Let's talk about swamp people.
right.
Shoot up,
But but I was, I mean, LSU is they got a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
I would say I would normally think to myself that Florida would be able to go into Death Valley and give them a game.
You did.
Considering how
And you had to
distracted they
throw a
are.
shoe.
But we are going in there with no defense, as like last year, we're going in with no defense. So,
But
you
at
know,
least,
and-
hey, you have
I would
shoes
even
at
say
least.
that we would have had a shot against Alabama in week 3 because Alabama's as unproven as we are on offense. But
Yeah,
again,
right.
no defense. We
Hey,
have no defense.
Celine, you said something I want to ask you. You said LSU deals with a lot of distractions, and I agree 100%. Do you think Coach O is a distraction?
I think his troubles he's in trouble. I mean, he's got a lot of
What?
he's got a legal spotlight on him.
Well,
And
to be fair, a lot of the thing with Coach O is, I mean, I don't know if y'all knew this, but like locally, he's been dealing with like some infidelity shit, man.
like I said, he's got
cancer. His wife had cancer, and then they got a divorce, and now he's with some girl that might be 30.
Well, I mean, I remember a line in a movie, and unfortunately, it's not the cleanest line in the world. But you will never see a man's butt pucker up as much as when he sees his name in the papers in a negative light. So I mean, there's a lot of butt puckering going on in LSU right now because there's a lot of people in that program that are they got a legal spotlight on them, and that can become a distraction.
You know what's going to happen, Celine, when you'll remember me and I'll remember you, and because this is what's going to happen if Florida ever fires Todd Grantham. You know what's going to happen is this.
Maybe we'll try to hire your ass.
David.
If Alabama wants to hire Grantham, have at it. God bless you.
I don't want that.
I want it for you. I wish this upon you.
No, you don't.
I wish this upon you, Ballard. I wish upon you the pleasure of watching Lardass waddle up and down the field.
No.
For you.
I'm about to lose my cool.
Hold on.
Because I surely don't want him at UF anymore. To see him in a Gator in Gator blue is tiresome at this point.
We talking Mullen?
No, he doesn't.
No, we're talking Grantham. And to be at 100% disclosure, Mullins' shtick is wearing a little thin on me too. But
come on,
well,
why
he's
was
not
he hired
he's
out of
not
Mississippi
recruiting
State?
very well, and this bothers me. I mean, you could argue that Florida is either the number 1 or number 2 recruiting state in the country.
I'll go number
We
1.
should be, and we are the premier program in the state. I mean,
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but you know who you're letting in there is Bama and Georgia.
we're letting in everybody. We're not putting a
Yeah.
wall up around the state of Florida like we should be. And yeah, Bama and Georgia are walking in and grabbing recruits that should rightfully
You know why?
be coming
It's
to
because
Florida.
the best recruits want to go to the better programs. Dan
Oh, here we
Mullen
go.
has to take Florida to the next level, and he needs to sell himself. He doesn't do a good job of that with recruiting.
He's never been someone who likes recruiting. I'll
He
give Lou
seems-
that. He
What
doesn't.
does he want? A college
spacey,
football
too.
draft? I mean, what?
I don't know.
He seems
all
spacey.
I know is Florida needs to do a better job recruiting than they are doing, or we're never going to stay level with Georgia and Alabama. Bottom line.
They're not the hey. You're not the only team that needs to do that, buddy.
When
But
Southern
let me
Miss
ask-
when
let me
Southern
ask
Miss
you-
is coming into Florida and taking Frank Gore Jr. away from the state, I mean, we got an issue, people. Frank Gore Jr. is going to be the freaking Heisman at Southern Miss. Mark my word.
Well, let
I'll
me
buy
ask a pertinent question. If you were a DB
Yep.
or a linebacker or a defensive end or anybody playing on the defensive side of the ball, and you got Grantham waddling into your living room, and his reputation or one of his underlings comes into your living room and says, "Son, come play for the Gators," and you're looking at playing under third and Grantham for 3-4 years, are you going to want to do that?
No,
I
As
like
a-
that.
as a
I
five-star?
like that take. I like that take
I
a lot.
I don't want to
What?
play for him.
No, I wouldn't either. I really like that, Celine. That makes sense too, man. I
I want-
wouldn't
you know,
either.
if
Like,
I-
dude,
if I'm a
don't
D-
even let him in my house.
If
Get
I'm
out.
if I'm a high-powered DB or I'm a high-powered linebacker, and I'm looking at I'm in the state of Florida, I'm looking at my choices in state. I mean, I want to play for FSU. Forget it. You know, I'm not going to be on any. I'm not going to get any decent TV time, and I'm not going anywhere.
Miami's the main school in Florida right now, aren't they?
No,
As
not
far as
really. I mean,
recruiting.
well, yeah, no, Miami's not recruiting any better than Florida right now, as far as I know.
I mean, they at least work on commitments. I don't know.
What I'm getting at though is if I'm a high level recruit especially on defensive side of the ball,
Right.
and I'm looking at a choice between Florida and Georgia and Alabama and somebody else, I don't really think Florida is going to be my number one choice
They're not. No.
because of Grantham.
Would
As
it
a
even
DC.
be your number one choice in the state of Florida?
No, I think it would be the number one choice in the state of Florida because
No.
the other two major programs aren't showing much in terms of ability to play for a natty.
Miami's showing
I was
some
about
good
to say-
defense.
I was about to say I could see a DB now going to Miami. I could see that.
Defensively, yes. Offensively, I have question marks.
I agree with that
Miami.
too. Yeah.
Well, the problem with going to Miami is now you're playing in the ACC, and your big monster in the corner is Clemson, and
Yeah.
Clemson consumes all. At least if you're looking at going to Florida, your big monsters in the room with you are Georgia and Alabama. At least you know most of the time you got a shot at Florida. You got a shot there. Miami's got no shot against Clemson.
And on top of that, what top recruit doesn't want to play in the SEC? I mean, I think that right there speaks volumes. That is something A&M has got out of the state of Texas. I think in the last couple of years,
Right.
you're seeing guys choose A&M over Oklahoma and Texas just so they can play in the SEC. So I think
because you're getting great
Louisiana
TV
has good
time,
prospects.
great TV exposure, and you've got a shot at playing for the conference championship. At Miami, you might get to the conference championship game, and then you're going to get destroyed by Clemson.
Right.
Which means you're not going to get a decent bowl game. You're not going to play for a natty. You're not going to get TV time, and your draft stock is going to plummet.
And playing in the SEC, man, I keep saying it, man. It speaks volumes. It really does.
And
especially
the thing is,
defensively.
too, you talk about, I think it starts with Texas and Florida, a state that I think for recruits doesn't get enough love. You got to give credit. Louisiana has had some good prospects over the past few years too, and especially, mostly, I mean, LSU gets in-state recruits, and most of them are going over there. But I mean, I don't know if you knew this. Devontae Smith was from Amite, Louisiana. I mean, there's that. I think Bama has a defensive back this year coming in from Louisiana somewhere. I mean, they produced a lot of great talent. It's not as much as like Texas or Georgia or Florida, in state, but like, there's, dude.
The way we see it,
LSU has some players.
Living over here, man, the way we see it in our high school football in Louisiana, we're a speed state. If you want skilled guys, y'all come to Louisiana. If you want the big cornbread guys, go to Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, or Georgia. But if you want speed, bring that tail down here. I mean, even Florida's got speed. You go to Louisiana, get your speed. That's kind of how we've always seen it.
You go to South Florida, you get speed. Is
Louisiana
Jesse in here? Jesse's in here.
Throw him in the comments, yeah. And if you want a strong arm quarterback, go to California. DJ and Bryce lighting it up this year.
No, man. If you want a quarterback, go to Mississippi.
Mississippi?
That's it.
You better hope that JT Daniels doesn't get crackbacked.
JT too. He was 5-star for Modern Day.
JT Daniels, Christ, better not get hit in that knee again, or else he's on the shelf again.
And Georgia's screwed.
Without Trask, who do we have now for quarterback at Florida?
We have Emory Jones, who's played a bit, and he looks okay.
He's
a dual threat. He's a dual threat quarterback, which Mullen loves that.
I don't hear the confidence in your voice on him.
We got a guy named Richardson who was pretty highly recruited guy, and what the film I've seen on him, from high school, he looks very good, but he's a noob. He ain't played.
Yeah.
So it's Emory Jones's team going forward. I'm willing to bet early in the season with the first 2 games we play, we'll probably see some of Richardson so we can evaluate what it looks like in game speed. But come the Alabama game going forward, it's going to be Emory Jones or bust.
Come on.
Probably going to be bust.
You don't sound confident in this guy at all. I'm just being honest.
I don't. Well, I haven't seen a lot of Emory Jones to play.
I think he's. He
the
has
hell are we
talent.
looking at
I
here?
think he's.
This is video game, right?
Yeah, SG1 Sports is simulating this. I think Florida and Mizzou, and Emory Jones has 5 rushes, 19 yards. Speaking of him,
Oh,
he's a dreadhead.
What?
Yeah, because I'm gonna base my entire opinion on Emory Jones based on a computer game. Okay.
He does a good job throwing in the flat there too as running back. Look at the poise, man. Gets out before pressure gets to him. Man,
look at there. What a play. 4th and 14.
Oh, here you go.
No, man. You know the rule. If they got dreads, they're good. So he must be good.
Hey, Jalen Hurts shaved his dreadlocks and all of a sudden can throw. I don't know.
Never mind. I'll take it back.
Oh.
Fumble recovery. There you go. Look at this.
Oh, that was not good on special teams there. Why are we
LW says
watching this?
Vandergriff will be a monster. Oh, the Georgia. Yeah. I don't want to get copyrighted for that, but yeah, they got.
I wonder if one of those Georgia quarterbacks behind JT ends up in the transfer portal at some point.
Yes. Well, DeJuan Mathis already transferred out this offseason.
I saw that. I didn't see where he went. I saw that he was
Temple.
Where'd he go?
Temple.
Oh, never mind. Next.
Temple.
Yeah.
That's pathetic, that is.
Talk about a worst case scenario.
Hey, Stetson might leave. He could go to Florida. You never know. He can help you out.
No, we're not going to take we're not going to take a midget there, guy.
I wonder what Dan Mullen would say.
You already have a midget at quarterback. Emory Jones is undersized.
They wouldn't
Really?
take another one then.
I don't think Emory Jones is terribly undersized. I mean,
no.
what do you consider to
bigger
be undersized here?
Hold on. How tall is he? Because at least how it looks.
How big of a boy are you?
He's 6'2". There's no.
Okay, he's not undersized.
5'11".
He is not 5'11". Jesus, come on. Stop it. Your bias is going again.
He's like Kyler Murray.
Oh, God. When he sits down. I'm so excited for this season, man. For a small school guy in the Conference USA, it's going to be a great year, fellas.
I didn't realize that was his height at first, Zach. I apologize. I'm not trying to rip on Emory Jones too much. He looks.
He's
when
the
I see
future.
him on the field, he looks smaller than I guess he actually is. I apologize.
Heisman candidate, baby.
Oh, that's right. You did get that Gunner Stockton, Jesse. So he's saying Beck will transfer. We got that quarterback from North Georgia, Gunner Stockton. Yeah, that's right. And I think he was a 5-star, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
One day we'll get a 5-star, but it'll probably be a transfer.
Oh, here you go. Here's a throw for you, Celine. This could be what you see this year. Look at this. Ready. Hut.
It's not really working out for you very good there, big guy. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing a whole hell of a lot of.
It was stuff. like glitching, yeah.
Yeah, like lagging.
Yes, we know. Okay, Ballard, I stipulate. Yes, we know. Emory Jones is not Tim Tebow. Emory Jones is not Kyle Trask. Emory Jones is not Danny Werfel. Emory Jones is not. Emory Jones is definitely better than Felipe Franks. Everyone is better.
Who's coming to the swamp? You know who's coming to the swamp?
Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah, and you're lucky you're coming to the swamp after Kyle Trask is left. Because Kyle Trask gave you all you could handle in the SEC title game. And if we had been able to play defense for one series, you may not have won that game.
I'll give you that.
We didn't.
That's fair.
We didn't play defense the entire game, and you managed to stay one score ahead of us. Congratulations.
I'll give you.
I guarantee you, Florida scared the living piss out of Coach Satan.
Me. Dude, I guarantee you, if they could have got back to the line in time and get a final playoff, maybe they tie it up there at the end. You know what I'm saying? I think
we might have even won the game.
Oh no, you're right. Because you lost by 6, and if you had got the extra point, yeah, you would have upset us. I'll give you credit for that.
I guarantee you that Coach Saban was a little bit scared,
Yeah.
little bit. But what is
John
it?
Mechie wasn't scared. Not of Trey Dean.
September 25th, Ballard.
Oh yeah, you
Sep-
count
Yes,
the
Colby.
days.
I'm aware that we lost to
September
LSU in the
25th.
swamp.
Let's
I'm
go.
aware
Week
of that.
3 or week 4.
Ooh.
Week 4, I believe.
What?
Southern Miss and Bama.
I hope they have something up their sleeve for Southern Miss, man.
If we lose to Southern Miss, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna break a TV. I don't know.
I might break a TV if we beat Bama.
Well, and K Dog is pointing out to me that Felipe LePew has an NFL contract. Okay,
Does he really?
Great.
He's not playing.
I guarantee you, Felipe LePew will never take an NFL snap. Not this year, anyway. He'll
really
never take
hope-
a snap in the NFL.
I'm really
AJ
hoping, man, for
McCarron.
y'all set is better than Felipe Franks. That's all I'm saying. I hope.
You know what?
I think he will be.
And Emory Jones may not be better than Felipe Franks. But you know what? If I had to build a team around a quarterback, I'd rather build a team around Emory Jones.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Because I don't think Felipe Franks shows me anything. He has below average arm strength. He is a head case. He doesn't read defenses very well, and he makes very, very poor decisions. All I have to do is point to the last 5 minutes of the Florida-Miami game a couple of years ago to prove my point there. Felipe Franks is a bad quarterback. And he was a bad quarterback in a string of bad Florida quarterbacks, going all the way back to who was the guy that succeeded?
Who is
Tebow?
that? Are you talking about AJ McCarron, Jesse? I mean, I was even going to point. I mean, even AJ McCarron has a contract. Then again, I know what he did at Bama, but he hasn't really done anything NFL wide. He hasn't done jack squat. I mean, it hurts.
And no, Colby. No, Colby. I'm not acting like Florida would beat Alabama because they're playing the swamp. I already said back on January 2nd, I was the first person to call Florida's record for 2021 at 9-3. And the 3 losses were to Georgia, Alabama, and LSU. So my story has stayed
Y'all are
consistent
gonna beat
since
LSU.
January 2nd.
I'm sorry, you're going to beat LSU.
They are not.
I have my doubts.
No, because let me tell you something, Sippy. I think LSU takes a small step forward, and the fact that they beat them in the swamp last year. Now we're talking about filling stadiums up. You talk about a game in Death Valley. Woo! I might give LSU the win there. Corn dog.
And the only reason I give LSU a chance to win over Florida at this point is because it's in Death Valley and not the swamp. If this game were being played in the swamp this year, I'd give Florida more of a chance. The only reason that Florida lost the game was because some idiot throws a shoe. If some idiot did throw a shoe,
the shoe game.
That is not what let's be clear. That did not cost you the game. What cost you the game is the lack of kicking right there by Evan McPherson, who couldn't hit that field goal because you're going to blame the fog.
I'm not going to blame anyone. We lost the game. We didn't score more points than the other team. We lost the game. There were circumstances, but the bottom line is Florida didn't play defense again the entire game. And when we did finally play defense, some idiot kid made a dumb move and got a penalty thrown on him that cost him the game. No discipline. Again, goes back to the coach.
Yep.
The DC had no control over his players, and the game was lost. should never have been in. It should never have been in that position to lose that game in the first place. If we had been playing disciplined, yes, I knew you were going to show it, Ballard. I mean, that was a given.
Forget
You knew it was coming.
I never thought in my lifetime I would hear these words from a referee.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11 up in the defense. Shoe player shoot 20 yards down the field.
I never thought in my lifetime I would live to hear those words from a ref. Throwing a shoe downfield. Son.
Never.
I mean, I know it's old. I know the shoe jokes are
old. I was
old.
watching the game. I mean, the minute he threw it, I said, there goes the game.
Rod says, let me drink a case of beer. I could kick a 50-yarder. Oh, man.
I got to get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Man, I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. Such a good football season for us, man. We got an easy favorable schedule. Put it that way.
No, you don't. No,
we do. Other than one game, other than September 25th, Southern Miss has a favorable schedule.
I
really believe it.
10 right now. Let's go.
What does UAB have? I'm curious.
UAB, they have to come to Hattiesburg, baby.
Well,
I give you guys that one.
I know I'm not a UAB fan, but I might be a bandwagon fan. I don't know why.
Oh, bro, the bandwagon for Southern Miss. We got extra seats, bro. Come on.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is Frank Gore, bro.
To the top.
To the top.
Wait, Frank Gore
UAB has to play Georgia. Ooh, this
was Frank Gore from Southern Miss? Is that right? Or no?
No, Frank Gore's son, Frank Gore Jr., is our running back right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we have Frank Gore Jr.
Good for you.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man. He's all right. He's from a high school out of Miami.
Dang.
Killian High School.
Ooh.
He's straight.
Well, the Georgia game will be tough.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, this is for UAB.
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech, at Marshall, at So Miss, at North. UAB's got it rough this year, honestly.
It ain't gonna be easy coming to Hattiesburg, baby.
At Marshall, I'd keep my eye on.
And it's plus it's a rivalry game too, right?
Oh God, yes.
UAB and
whose schedule was that?
That was UAB. They got teams like Marshall on the road. They got Georgia. They got a rivalry game apparently with Southern Miss.
Yeah, man. Southern Miss has we have our rivals are Louisiana Tech, Memphis, UAB, Tulane, and I think that's it. Yeah.
What about South Alabama?
Last season was our first time we ever played them ever in football. Yeah. Yeah. And all the other sports, we play them all the time, but that was the first time in football. We play them again this year in Mobile. So that's the first game of the season. I'll be down there.
I'm ready for next season in 22. We start a home and home with Texas. Then Steve Sarkisian is coming to Tuscaloosa. Oh my
Holy cow! That's gonna be huge.
Now, here's the thing too: if they're joining the SEC, we're gonna get that more often.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't get down don't let down Texas fans because they can be loud. But if they, I know I'm not a Texas fan, but they can be loud if they can.
Oh man, I went to the Ole Miss versus Texas game when Texas came to Oxford, and good God Almighty, was it an awesome experience! You had. God, it was when I was in community college at East Mississippi still.
Yeah.
But we all loaded up on the bus and went up there like on our little scout or recruiting visit thing, and it was just cool to go and see all the Texas fans in Mississippi. That was just very cool.
Awesome.
But God, they traveled really, really well.
I guess it'll be kind of cool to see Texas fans or Oklahoma fans come into the swamp. That would be
It's
interesting.
going to be weird. I think it'll be weird.
They've been making fun of the SEC for God knows how long, and all of a sudden they're going to be part of it.
Thanks.
Yep.
They're in for a rude awakening.
Hey, seriously, what do y'all think is going to happen? Are they going to be middle of the pack? Are they either one of them going to be one of the elite, or are they going to be a Vanderbilt?
Who?
What do y'all think?
Oh, they're not going to be a Vanderbilt. I think they're going to be.
Are they going to be an Auburn / Ole Miss?
Who? What? Florida?
No,
Jeez.
I think Oklahoma is a chance. I think Oklahoma, as they stand now, is probably on a
Would you-
Texas A&M Florida level. I don't think they're at the Georgia Alabama level yet. Texas is probably mid-pack team right now.
Texas
But
and Ole
then
Miss.
again, I'm just an idiot with a YouTube channel. So what do I?
You're better than me. I got a carport YouTube channel. How about that?
I don't think Texas is. Colby is just a Florida hater. So, no, I think Florida is generally, maybe not this particular year, but generally is better than Texas. But then again, I'm a Florida guy, so what do I know? Everyone thinks I'm on meth anyway, so whatever.
He's a Florida man, Lou.
He's a Florida man.
And apparently, Clemson and Dabo Swinney last week reached out to the SEC and they said we don't take any drugs or cheaters or teams that won't benefit from this conference. Like, seriously,
You mean like Florida State, Miami?
Well,
never mind.
Oh yeah.
If Clemson played a full-on SEC schedule, I don't think they'd last half a year. Honestly.
Oh, Lou's in here. I didn't see Lou was in here.
No.
Now, if Clemson was playing in the SEC, they wouldn't be as successful as they are.
No, they won it.
What do you think the record would
diamond
be?
cutting diamond. I mean, come on.
Do y'all all right? Let's drop Clemson in there. Do y'all think they would be an Ole Miss? Would they be an Auburn? What would they be?
They'd be an A&M or an Ole Miss or something. I think.
You don't think they would be up there? With Alabama?
No. I know they've beaten
I don't
Alabama.
know.
I understand
Clemson
that.
might still be up there because
I think
Clemson
Clemson would be.
good.
But you got to
Clemson
think,
does
you
recruit
have to
good.
be. We talked about this the other day. You're not only like it's different from meeting up in a championship with a team like LSU or Alabama. We're talking about playing SEC. You're playing 8 of these teams every single year, and some of these are back-to-back weeks. There's going on the road in the SEC. I mean, it's a whole nother level. In the regular season.
I got to admit, Clemson does have an easier run through the ACC than an Alabama or a Georgia would have through the SEC.
Put Georgia.
Yeah, because the ACC is not it's not a competitive conference.
Dude, put Georgia or Florida in the ACC, and they would dominate.
Oh, no doubt. That's given.
I wouldn't mind Florida going to the ACC just because they get to beat up on Miami more often. But I'm glad we're in the SEC.
Just means more.
That's what a big boy is playing. But we play Florida State every year, so looking forward to playing Florida State in the swamp again, beating the shit out of Norville.
Chromebooks are serious.
No.
Uh-oh. Colby said Florida wouldn't dominate in the ACC.
Ooh.
Whatever.
Colby, get in here and fight Celine.
You know what? Here's the thing about I love Colby to death. He's a good dude. But I think if Colby ever said something nice about the University of Florida, his head would explode. It's not possible.
Bad, huh?
Well, let me put it this way. Every once in a great while, Lou will say something complimentary about the University of Florida.
Right.
It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Colby can't do it. He's a good dude, but he's way off the edge. So that's cool.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, Nate.
I mean, that would just be cool. I mean, if they would do like a season where we could see that, Florida in the ACC.
I don't want to go to the ACC. I'd rather stay where we are. I'm very happy with Florida playing in the SEC. Makes the product better.
Oh, for sure, I agree.
I mean, for a while Florida was dominating the SEC East, and everyone had to get better as a result. And unfortunately, Georgia passed us, which we don't want to see, but it happened. Now we've got to do things that we've got to do to get back up to where Georgia is. So Georgia is the target for Florida. Now, when are we going to hit the target is consistently is a story unto itself, but hopefully in my lifetime. Right now we're looking up at Georgia, Hate it.
You say hopefully in your lifetime. You think they're that far off? Come on, man. They're not. I don't think they're that far off from Georgia. I'm serious.
They're really not.
I think Florida's got a lot of work to do right now to get back to up to the level of Georgia.
No, I agree with that, but I just don't think they're not Ole Miss off. They're not Mississippi State off. They're close, not super close, but I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. I mean,
Georgia is not miles ahead of Florida. Florida just won the East last year. Now, you can say whatever you want to about that. I still think, now I think they take a step back, but I mean, they're still going to be the second or third team behind Georgia in the East. And, if Dan Mullen could just take one small step in recruiting forward, then they could more consistently maybe win the East, I think. Maybe every couple years or so instead of this.
That's the problem, though, is we're not recruiting as good as we should. We need to recruit better. Yeah. We need to recruit. In such a way that we are locking out Georgia and Alabama, if we can. It's hard to do, admittedly. We need to recruit at a level where Georgia walks into the state or Alabama walks into the state of Florida saying, well, we're going to do our best.
Right.
Instead of, we're coming in and everyone else is going to say, well, we're going to do our best. Because that's where we're at now. I never said Mullen was a great recruiter. Never said that. Never understood why anyone would say he was. He's not.
I never understood the hire, man. I never understood.
I mean, he wasn't too bad at Mississippi State, and they thought they could get an offensive guru in there, which he has a good mindset for quarterbacks and offense. And so it seemed like it worked. I mean, a great year with Kyle Trask last year, but the problem with Florida, and I know Celine keeps saying it, is defense. And as long as they don't have that under control,
keep Grantham. Then they just they can't be a constant contender.
We used to play defense. We used to play great defense. We don't play great defense anymore.
It's over.
Of course, it was the other way for a while. There wasn't it. We played great defense.
The SEC
and
in general.
We had a quarterback that was basically a running back with quarterback shoulder pads on him.
Yeah.
Couldn't throw the ball worth a damn.
Right. What's up, Colby?
What's up, Ballard? Hey,
I keep thinking of all the years, the year or so we wasted with Kyle Trask playing behind Felipe LePew. I keep thinking of all the time that was wasted with that, and I just what could have been. Anyway, now we're stuck with Emory Jones. Yay!
I mean, the worst part is if this guy gets hurt, you don't have a backup. Kyle Trask could have got hurt last year, and you would have had Emory Jones there to help you, or try to at least.
No, we have a backup. It's just he's a freshman.
Man, y'all sleeping on Emory Jones, man. Heisman candidate.
I wouldn't go Heisman candidate, but I do think that he deserves some more credit. I think people
put some respect on his name.
He has an arm. He can throw the football.
Emory Jones has proven he can play at the college level. Now, can he play better than he's played so far?
No.
I don't know.
He said no.
Well, I mean, he hasn't had. I mean, the play time he's had so far in his college career has been mop up duty. So, we don't know what we got.
Yeah.
It's like you all didn't know what you had with JT Daniels because you had part of a year at another school with a completely different offense, and then he got hurt, and then he didn't even play in the spring game that I recall. And, you say, well, JT Daniels was a 5-star. Okay. How many 5-stars out there have been busts? There have been a few. So y'all didn't know what you had. And then he comes on the field and he lights it up.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm not saying Emory Jones is going to light it up. Trust me. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is we don't know exactly what we have with Emory Jones because he hasn't shown very much. Like Daniels didn't show very much in his career up to the point where he started playing for Georgia. Then he showed that, he's damn good. And Georgia is loaded at quarterback now. And, probably going to go all the way to the Natty with JT Daniels' arm. So, you don't know what you got till it gets on the field and plays, right?
Yeah.
So, Emory Jones, don't know what we got. Have a pretty good idea, but maybe he's got more to him than what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, guys, I got to end the stream. I'm expecting a very important phone call.
Right.
So
second
I got
girlfriend
to take care of. No, this is about my car and everything. Not the old one, but the new one because it's in my name and insurance and stuff gets to you now. Being an adult.
The reason I joined the stream, sorry to interrupt you, Ballard, just real
Yeah,
quick. Celine,
go ahead.
You think that Florida can dominate the ACC? You said that.
He did.
I think Florida would have a chance to dominate in the ACC.
Okay, you heard it here first, everyone. Celine Driver, Florida can dominate the ACC. Colby,
You don't think Florida could dominate in the ACC?
They could.
So he pops in. He throws that silliness out. He asks a question. He doesn't even stick around to talk about it.
I think that they could. No, I think Florida. I'll say that again, dude. I think Florida could.
You don't think Florida? Okay, Clemson would be a tough nut to crack, obviously.
I agree.
But you think Florida can't roll over all the other teams in there? North Carolina, Carolina State, Duke, Wake Forest, Miami, Florida State. Come on, we could roll over every team in there and give Clemson a good game.
Yes, sir. And Florida would be back.
I don't see why
They're
Florida
already
could
back.
walk into
Look,
the
they
ACC.
put themselves on the map with Dan Mullen. We're talking about them quite a bit. They just won the East. What do you mean they'll be back?
Well, so we'll be back as soon as we get rid of. We'll be back as soon as we get rid of Grantham.
Whatever. Anyways, guys, I do have to go. I'm expecting a phone call here in a few, so I gotta get ready for that.
All right. Well, thanks for having me in here, Ballard.
Yeah,
appreciate
always.
it, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone coming on. Celine, Nate, Kevin, all these guys in the chat. Colby came on, I believe. Love all you guys. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. I got to take a phone call pretty soon. Very important, like school and work related stuff. So, I handle business when it's time. But I love you guys. Keep your head up. Jesus loves y'all. Remember that always. And you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff right here for more sports content to Ballard Sports Media. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media checking out. I love you guys. God bless. Roll Tide. Woo!
Maybe we'll try to hire your ass.
Fuck, I go. That's where I got a book call